Thanks for the invitation by AIDD to share the story of human longevity. I did present human longevity in the last year's conference, and I'm delighted to give everybody another overview and also a little bit update on what human longevity is doing. So a little bit of background on the company. Human Longevity was founded by Dr. Craig Venter in 2013. Since then, the company has invested over $500 million to launch a precision longevity care platform. And right now we have a precision longevity care clinic in San Diego. It has already served over 6,000 clients. And since 2019, we have partnered with Mass General Hospital to take care of many of our clients. And in 2021, we are actually starting our 2 new sites outside of San Diego. So the mission of human longevity is actually very simple. We believe today's medicine is quite reactive, and it's actually mainly focused on a late-stage treatment. And we believe that the future medicine should be transformed into a proactive, preventative, and personalized and predictive medicine. So in the sense, we're changing the practice of medicine from more of a sick care model to a disease risk care model, and how we are doing that. But we all now know that, in the last 100, 150 years, human life expectancy has grown significantly, and it's mainly driven by technology innovation. I would argue the last 100-some years, it's because of vaccine, antibiotics, and a lot of modern intervention like modern surgery and treatment has brought human life expectancy almost to about 80 years of age in developed nation. And now it's predicted by 2100, there will be about 20 million people alive over the age of 100. So how do we get there? And right now, the major risk factor for people living over the age of 100 are age-related chronic diseases. In the US, about 25% of people over the age of 50 will not live over age 75. And that's mainly because of cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and dementia. And how do we deal with this? And this is really what we are experimenting a model. We call it our 100+ precision health clinic. So this clinic is based on 3 pillars. One is, there's 3 pillars. One is the, so I'll share with you the 3 pillars. The pillar 1 is really a baseline and annual assessment based on the most advanced technology like whole genome sequencing, modern imaging technology, traditional biomarkers, microbiomes, cancer screening. So we actually collect 150 gigabytes of data on you in one day. If you come to our San Diego site, in the future in the US, there will be a site in San Francisco, and there will be a site in Beijing. So we will have over 150 gigabytes of data. And using these data and using modern technology, we can assess your disease risk factors. But we are not going to stop there. We believe that our body is so complex. If we are dumping this data set to an average customer, a lot of the knowledge will just simply be lost. So we are now hiring a group of longevity concierge care physicians. These are full-time physicians we hire, and it's a team effort. So we have cardiologists, we have internal medicine doctor, we have functional medicine doctors, we have geneticists. We work together. It's like a sports team to look at your data, to analyze your risk factors. And we also believe this has to be done longitudinally instead of doing it once in your lifetime. You really should do it, ideally on annual basis, but if not annual basis, at least you need to do it periodically and working with your physician, with our longevity physician. And now if we ever discover any serious risk factor, we now have teamed up with hospitals, wonderful hospital like Mass General Hospital, because Mass General has over 2,000 very, very sophisticated specialists. So we can actually take care of you, even when we don't have the right specialist staffed in our clinic. So our physician and our team believe now we are actually saving on average 3 lives, a week. And by end of this year, we believe we will save 1 life, a day by this year. And we'll share with you why we think we're doing that. So here's a case, using advanced MRI imaging technology. It's an ISI, protocol. We found this 54-year-old reasonably healthy client already has a 2-centimeter lung cancer, and she actually went on surgery, and the biopsy confirmed this is actually a very aggressive form of lung cancer. So this really helped this lady to avoid a deadly lung cancer, late-stage lung cancer cases. And here is a client that has, his father died of cardiovascular disease. His grandfather died of cardiovascular disease. He has a very high cholesterol level. When you actually prescribe him drugs like Lipitor, it doesn't help. So what we discovered is that he has a autosomal dominant variant in a gene called PCSK9. And knowing that genetic variant, we can now put him on antibodies, targeted agent for PCSK9 gene. So this client should never, follow his father's, history of having major cardiovascular diseases in his 50s. But most importantly, by knowing the mutation, we can now take care of his entire family instead of just himself. And that's really the power of this platform, combining genetics with a lot of advanced imaging technology, and with a physician on top of that. So here's a case that it's actually a friend of mine's wife. She actually came to our clinic. We found a very rare, variant, BRCA2 variant, and our geneticist believed that this variant is pathogenic. So we did a deep dive on this pathogenic risk factor, and eventually she went to Mass General. Through this deep dive, we ultimately discovered she already have a 1-centimeter breast cancer tumor. And also, eventually she went on surgery, and the pathology confirmed it's actually a very aggressive form of breast cancer. Most importantly, her 25-year-old daughter carries the same mutation. So knowing all these disease risk factors, we believe under the right care, we not only took care of this client's breast cancer risk, but we are probably taking care of her entire family, the breast cancer risk. So our study, we already have about 6,000 clients, but the original 1,200 client was actually published in this PNS paper in 2020. And you are welcome to check out this paper. So the punchline of this paper is that when people come to us, they believe they are quite healthy, but in the end, quite many people are not as healthy as they believed. 1.7% of people already have cancer. 2.5% of people have brain aneurysm, and 7% of people has moderate to higher cardiovascular risk. And there's a lot of other risk factors, and the most interesting discovery is we believe, 1 out of 5 people probably has some form of genetic risk factor. If it doesn't affect you, probably affect your siblings or your other family members. So our current clinic is really is an experiment by itself. So our current clinic in San Diego, everybody is welcome to come over and experimenting with our practice right now. But our ultimate dream is to have this platform available to billions of people through a algorithm, a technology platform. So in the end, that all of us can use this modern technology platform to manage our age-related chronic disease risks, instead of actually we treat these disease at very late stage. So thank you very much for hearing human longevity story, and we love to have a discussion with you at the panel. Thank you so much.